today Ager, the hill Monsec is open and we're going to fly. Woohoo! Here we are, Ager. Whoa! Steve has set us a task because he has a big thing on tasks, and it's always good to have a task, gives you a focus, to go over the back, over there. We're going to fly like a circuit round, I think about 83 kilometres, that's the idea if we can do it. And the idea is that it's a bit of training for the competition that's coming up, the Ager Open. We're going in the Ager Open next week, so this task should just help us get into training for it and focus a little bit on getting to goal. So we'll take off in a second. It's quite breezy actually, winds from the south, I think about 10 miles an hour. You can feel it quite strong up here. The paragliders have been flying, they just sort of seem to be soaring the hill, not going up particularly high. I'm hoping the thermals are going to get going this afternoon, get going a bit better and get us zooming up. So we'll get ready in the air and we'll take off and have a go. Airborne, a little bit rough. On the thermal here fairly quickly. Nice. So, just try and get established. Like going around in circles and going up, that's how. Getting established there. I think Steve is above me. Can't see it. Oh yeah, he's above me. Steve took off about 5 minutes before me. There's a bit of wind. Aerial says it's southwest at 8 miles an hour. So I'm just going to turn it off a little bit while I get established. There we go. Let's get tight in that bit. Strong bit of lift, let's get tight in it. So I go faster. Call Steve up now. Nicely. This is what we like, nice strong thermals. Well, the conditions are really rough, scarily rough in places, and there's an inversion, we can't seem to get much above 6,500 feet. So we're just discussing whether to go over the back low and see what happens. Because the ground over the back is lower, but it should be working. So just considering that now, while simultaneously trying to get higher.
here you like to have about 10,000 feet. 9 or 10 is good. Not getting anywhere near that at the moment. 6,500 feet now, and that thermal just died. But I'm at the level with the inversion, you see. That's what's stopping it. That's the highest I've been. It's time to go over the back now. Over the back, and it might be a big mistake. Certainly a lot smoother over here, not rough, but it's not going up very much either. So I'm sort of tracking along the line of cliff now, hoping to find something upper. I haven't even dared to fly into the curve. Just right on the edge of it. But at the moment it's not looking good at all. Just going down a lot. Will I make it over here? We'll see in a minute. There was a thermal, a very weak one, until the point that I turned. Problems with the camera, not being able to switch you off and on for some reason. So I've had all sorts of stuff happening while you've been away. When I went over the back from the initial takeoff, I got really low and went along there's like a little cliff there, went along that. Getting lower and lower. Excuse me, a bit of a thermal. Woohoo! And got down to about 4,000 feet. And there's a castle at the head of the Trent Valley. I got above that. Somewhere around that area I picked up a thermal. Not very good, but eventually turned into fairly strong. Got me up to about 5,000 feet. and then I lost it or it died. Meanwhile, Steve just got high enough to dribble into the Trent Valley, which is where I'm now. I'm not quite sure what happened to him after that because my radio died as well. Not a bad day for batteries. Anyway, so I tried to do a glide from where I was to here. I'll turn around and show you where it is. So you'll see the lake in the distance. Just to the right of the lake, I was on that hill. Just to the right, the lower hill on the right of that lake. And then I glided from there to here. And I got really low before I got to this hill I'm on now. I got down to below 3,000 feet, or around about 3,000 feet. Not really high enough to get onto the hill, but then just before I got to the hill, above a little village, I picked up a bit of a thermal. That thermal drifted me onto the hill, and I've gradually worked my way up this hill. I've just had a monster thermal a minute ago that took me up to 7,000 feet. That's the highest I've been all flight. And now I'm going over that way. So I've come down a bit because I've been fiddling with the camera, trying to get you working. I might just leave you on for a little while. So it's been a successful flight for me, really. One of the big issues is there's quite a westerly component to the wind today, and the thermals are at the Montsec Ridge, the big ridge where we took off, were really, really rough, really broken. It was quite scary flying in a way because it was very, very rough. Now my mate Gordon's always told me sometimes it's just better to go over the back because the behind that big ridge is protected from that weather system a bit by the big ridge. So I did that. It was difficult at first, it's getting a bit easier now. Or it has done. I'm hoping that I'm going to be able to get up on this hill coming up now. This one. Usually it works quite well. We'll see how it's working today. What I really want to do is get to the very end of that ridge if I can, or somewhere along it. That one at the back. I want to get up and along there. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to get high enough, but we'll see. Isn't it a great view? Haha! Yeehaw! There's a bird up here with me flying. It's thermaling with me. Might catch him on camera, not sure. The birds in this area are really friendly, fly with us a lot, especially the vultures. "6,000 feet now. I'll switch you off now. Hopefully I'll be able to switch you back on again later. Can't switch you off. now. Going to sleep now. Yeah. Let's go over here a bit. As you can see, the views are spectacular. Oh, I'm weightless then. Oh, woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. That's a bit rough. Gets a bit rough. Oh my wordy wordy woo. Goodness, golly gosh. Here we go. My bird friends stayed with me. It's leaving me now. It's glided off into the distance. Clearly this is as high as he dares to go. Oh no, it's found a better thermal further on. It's showing me the way. He came back for me, went up a bit, came back for me. We've gone through 7,000 feet now. Stop going up there. Let's go along here now. We'll just have a little puddle along here. This is quite often one of the routes that they've set in tasks. Go along to the end of here and back, so we'll have a little go. Just for practice. Woo! So I'm going up a lot, but I'm just going to keep flying through it. Whoa, golly gosh. It's quite rough in places. Oh my word. Wow. Wowzers, it's rough. Just a little bit of a thermal. There's loads of birds circling with me here. A lot of them are above me. I think they're griffin vultures. This is amazing. All these birds all around me, travelling with me. This is amazing. Absolutely stupendous. $7,500 now. Nice to be in all flight. Let's glide on. Let's have a bit of that. That didn't work very well. Just keep going. Don't think I've ever been all this way before. It's pretty cool out here. And there's some landing options in this valley if it goes wrong. Although the plan is to get to the end of this rock and go back again. There we go, I've achieved the end, turn around and go back. If I can get back. It's a bit daunting actually, because I didn't get much lift on that bit, and I think I'm going into it a bit now. Yeah, definitely into wind here. Not guaranteed to make it back here at all. My plan now that I realise I'm struggling to get back, is to go as much as I can, and if I don't make it, to cut and run into the valley behind me, which is a nice, looks like there's a load of nice big landing options there. But if I can, I'll get back. it seems to be working so far. Just soaring along this cliff. Need to stay above it though. What do you think to that then? Scared the bejesus out of me. Quite a long way till I get to somewhere where I can land safely anyway. Seem to be going up most of the way. Soaring along the cliff. It's working very well now. If I can keep going like this, maybe pick up a couple of thermals, should get back alright, but we'll see. Let's try that one. There's a lot of birds in it, must be good. Back up to 6,000 feet now. Okay, let's press on. Well, this is so far easier than I expected. It's working all right. Famous last words. Back up to 7,000 feet again. I've been in this position once before, just here. Didn't like it then either. Bit higher now though than last time. It's difficult getting around that corner because of the wind. Round now though. Hopefully should go up here.
we're going up here nicely. That's better. Once again I was beaten by the old battery defunctness, or something wrong with this GoPro, but anyway, I switched it on, could get back off again, so I had to have you on until the battery ran out. So I've got loads of footage just all soaring along though, so I'll have to edit it and there probably won't be that much left when I've done, but ended up a really nice flight. So as you saw and I talked about on the flight, I struggled at first. It was really rough and horrible where we took off. Went over the back, struggled to stay up, but then when I got to these mountains here, the other side of these mountains, I got up there and I soared along there, and in the distance over there is where you saw me going along that really big, long, scary looking ridge, all the cliffs in the distance. Then I came back and then I went out to a village that Steve had set as a turn point, because that is often a turn point in the competition, and then from that turn point to fly back to here. There was an issue with flying back to here because those hills there are in the way. So normally what you do when you're setting for your final glide, you look for a 10-to-1 glide angle, and you know you're going to make it just about. But the trouble, or usually, depending on the conditions, but the trouble with a 10-to-1 glide angle from that turn point to here is those hills are in the way. So you've got to get higher. But what I did was I went on a 10-to-1 glide angle, got to those hills, and I sort of went round them. It was quite scary because the wind was coming from the west, going that way, and I had to battle into the wind around the hill, so it's quite rough going around that hill. I made it round, and when I got round the corner, sorry, I'm looking at the wrong hill. It's this hill here, this one, talking about the wrong hill. This is the hill I'm talking about. Those are the ones in front, this one behind. So I was on those ones and dropped back onto this one, made it around that corner, and then it was an easy glide to here once I got around the corner. It was rough and horrible and difficult getting around the corner, but once I was around it was easy. And then I picked up another bit of a thermal here just before goal, just nice lazy thermal. Thought I'll just have a little go on that before landing, and then I landed, and where better to land? Look at this for a landing site, the shores of the lake, absolutely wonderful. So the plan now is to pack up my glider and go for a swim, and I think I deserve it after that flight. Nearly 4 hours in there, really nice flight, top time. See you next time.